All right. Well, welcome to our Monday night call. So excited to have you guys on. My name's Emily. For those of you guys who don't know me, I feel like there are so many new faces to this team, which gets me so excited. So I am a qualifying national marketing director on this team, and I know our team is growing quickly, and I know I'm sure there's so many different cities and states represented. So I love that you guys hopped on this call Monday night. And it's crazy, you guys, because it's April 1st. It is officially Q2 of the year. A third of the year has come and gone. So there are so many amazing celebrations going on. I know there's been a lot of promotions. The company had an incentive going on to fast track to the top commission level, and I know a lot of people took advantage of that. And when all of those big promotions happen, it all comes down to small promotions. So if any of you guys are on this call celebrating a promotion or some type of win in any sort of way, we celebrate you. We're so excited for you. I know a lot of you guys are joining us next week in Sacramento for our spring conference. So super excited. I feel like it's kind of snuck up on us. And I feel like I just need to take a big, deep breath because there are so many exciting things going on and so many big wins. But what I wanted to focus on the call tonight was painting this vision and getting really clear on this vision. And I'm going to take some bits and pieces of some notes that I actually took with Jeanette and Carrie and Dr. Ember. We were at an event a few weeks ago in Phoenix, Arizona. We got to listen to Brendon Burchard. And if you don't know him, go listen to his podcast, go read his book. He's amazing. But I feel like as we move into these next 6 months, so we're about to head to Sacramento next week, but here's the thing, you guys, we work from conference to conference. So if you're new, our company hosts 2 conferences a year, once in the spring, once in the fall. And we're actually headed to Austin, Texas, October 17th, 18th, and 19th. So write that down on your calendar right now. I'll repeat it again at the end of the call. So even though we're headed to Sacramento, we already have our eyes focused on Austin, Texas. And I say that because today really did start a brand new day of our next 6-month window. And if you guys are actually working on any small qualifications or even bigger ones, I know the company actually gave us an extension and we have until 11 a.m. tomorrow. So don't be afraid to wrap up any goals that you may have not been able to hit today for the month of March. We did get an extension. It's kind of like Christmas morning. I was with Jeanette today and we got that email from corporate and it's so exciting. So I know a few of you guys might still be finishing up some March business, but in all, the bigger picture is what I wanted to talk about is these next 6 months moving towards Austin, Texas. And I think a lot of us might have big visions. Hopefully we have big visions for what we want in our future and what we want this business to provide for us and who we want to attract to our team. And I think sometimes those big visions can kind of sometimes paralyze us and feel overwhelming. And so the best thing about working from conference to conference is we just break it down and we do what we do between now and the next conference and we just repeat that system because you are going to be amazed of what you can accomplish in 6 months. So tonight, I always work better if I have a numbered list of things that you guys can easily take notes on. That way I can stay on track and you can stay on track. And so tonight I'm actually going to speak on 5 things that are going to put you into action for your vision and kind of help you overcome those fears. And some of this I learned at Brendon's event. It was called High Performance Academy. And you may have heard of some of these things before, maybe not, but it's just some eye-openers of kind of the things that we may have struggled with. And one of his things that he talks about a lot is honor the struggle. Is that what it was, Jeanette? Honor the struggle? Okay. I was like, that doesn't sound right, but I think that's right. Honor the struggle. And I think sometimes we get in shame about the struggle, but if we honor it and we embrace it, just like we do success, we'll be able to run right through it. And so I'm going to give you guys 5 things that will pull you into action. If you guys are note takers like me, feel free to take notes. So the first one is know the truth and challenge yourself for more. So I think sometimes, especially if you're new in this business or maybe you're learning, maybe you just hit a promotion and you're being exposed to the next step. So know the truth and know what's possible and challenge yourself for more. And sometimes that's going to feel uncomfortable. Sometimes that's going to feel, strange or out of your comfort zone, but that's where the growth happens. And that's where you can expand and become not only a better leader and a better person, but that's where you can help a lot more people. So first one is know the truth and challenge yourself for more. The second one is never let your past or current circumstances limit your vision for your future. So this really stood out to me when you talked about this, because I think so much we get stuck on our past or what's not going right, or, our past story, which our stories are really important, you guys, and we should embrace that. But that also doesn't mean that we can't change that in the future. So come alive and see past where you've been. And that's just so important as we're working towards whatever goal it may be. And we're going to kind of have some time tonight to kind of map out what we want our goals to be, what we want that vision to look like. I don't think we give ourselves enough time to really write down. It's one thing to think about our goals, but it's another thing to actually write them down with a piece of paper and pen so that you can see your goals. So come alive, see past where you've been, and be resourceful. So he talked about if you want to have abundance, there are two things to have abundance. He talked about being resourceful and giving love. And I think that correlates so much with our business. I know there's some of us who don't have active uplines. There's some of us who, have life happening. There's some of us who don't have all the things. But if we be resourceful with what we have, because our company and our team is amazing. If you guys don't know this, you are on an amazing team. Be resourceful with what you have and love on a lot of people, and you will have abundance. And I think that just goes to show that you don't have to have this perfect master plan of everything being in place. Just be resourceful with what you have. And sometimes there are a lot of resources to pick from. So just keep it really simple and give love. And that's where you'll find abundance. So see beyond how life is now. And I know I'm kind of being repetitive in this, but where you're at right now, you don't have to be in the same place in 6 months. You can change where you're at. And so these next 6 months are going to be so crucial in where you can be. But it goes into number 3. So number 3 is own yourself, own your day, own your life, and own your business. So I'm sure we've all heard this from either our uplines or from a book, or at some point, our success is up to us. We have to own our day. We have to own our business. We have to own our life. It comes down to our mindset, what we're telling ourselves. So you have to own you, because your success is not up to anyone else but yourself. And that might feel scary, but you are up to you. So don't play part of your life, own it. So Carrie commented, we have so many resources, and the hungry ones are the ones that go seek the answers. And that's so true. I mean, ask the questions. If you have a question, most likely we have an answer for you, and we have some type of resource to connect you to. So don't play part of your life, own it. I think sometimes we can get comfortable. He talked about, I know, and a couple weeks ago on the team call, we talked about the 3 areas of life. He talks about the comfortable, the caged, the comfortable, and the charged. And I think a lot of us can find ourselves in the comfortable, but really encourage yourself to get out of your comfort zone and start living the charged life, because your next level of success will be in your own ownership. So whatever that next level of success is, it's going to come down to your ownership of it, you believing that you can, you believing that you will, and putting ownership around it. I know over that event, there was a guest speaker, Anthony Trucks, that talked about owning your shift. And so it really comes down to ownership of you, ownership of who you want to become, and ownership of your goals. So when you own it, you can become it. So I think really what it comes down to is you must focus. So if you want to be, he said, if you want to be extraordinary, you must focus on the foundations. And so keep the main thing the main thing. Just because you're going for this next goal or this next promotion, keep the main thing the main thing. And when we can focus on simplicity, I think that's where we can get back to the basics, and we can do why we started this business, to inspire healthy living around the world. So number 4 is find something worth fighting for. So I think this is really important. And I think some tears were shed on this day of the event when he talked about find something worth fighting for. He talked about connect with who needs you, which in our words, he actually said this, but connect with your mission. Connect with who needs you to fight for this, and connect with your mission. And, you know, I kind of put that on the flyer for tonight of when you find a strong enough vision and a strong enough why, you will go to action despite the fear, despite the doubt, despite the negative talk. You're going to go to action because you have something worth fighting for. That looks a lot different for all of us, but find something worth fighting for. And number 5 is the power plant doesn't have energy. It generates it, which we talk about this all the time since we've been home from this event, but it reminds me so much of what Jeanette says is, if you want the potato salad, bring the potato salad. So the power plant doesn't have energy, it generates it. So be responsible for the energy that you bring onto this earth, that you bring into this world. You know, even when we get on a call or when we walk into a room or when we walk into a conversation, what is the energy that you're bringing? And he talked a lot about, you know, having a morning routine so that you can start your day every single day so that you can generate energy. This kind of reminds me of that one quote that talks about success is never owned. It's rented and the rent is due every day. Kind of just reminds me of that. Like every single day you have to bring the energy and you have to generate it sometimes. It's not always just there. You have to generate it. I don't know why those two quotes correlate in my head, but that's what popped into my head. So, okay, so here's the thing. I think as I'm going to kind of give you guys some time to journal and map out, you know, kind of your next vision, but something that you can think about. And I think we all joined this business for different reasons, but I know a lot of us joined this business because there was some pain point in our life that we were wanting to change. So he talked about pain points, and we all have them, but we all work. All the work we do is meant for a better future. So when you can hone in on your pain points and realize what those pain points are and how you can solve them, that's where you can create true freedom. So I want to give you guys a little bit of time to, you know, write down these goals for these next 6 months. But something I want you guys to write down. So I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to journal. Something I want you guys to write down is what you accomplished in this first quarter of the year. So from January 1st to today, well, yesterday, what is something that you're really proud of yourself that you accomplished? Reflect on that. And what are you grateful for from that? And then I want you guys to move into what you want these next 6 months to look like, moving into Austin conference, October 17th, 18th, and 19th, what you would love to accomplish in this business and what that means, what that accomplishment means as far as, you know, what it would do for your finances or your family or maybe your time flexibility or what. I want you guys to take a few minutes. I'm going to set a timer at like 3 minutes. I'm going to give you guys, and I'm going to put a little bit of like meditational music on that you guys can listen to. And I'm going to actually write with you guys, and then we'll come back. And I would love for a couple of you guys to share when we come back on here. So I'm going to actually start this music. Yeah.
Can you type those questions in the chat?
I was just thinking about that. I was going to repeat it, but I'm going to put it right here.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. You guys need a couple more minutes, or are you good? There's only a few of you guys with your video on tonight, so I really can't see your faces, which I hate.
It's about to go down.
All right, not yet. Hold on. My computer wants to get all hyped up. Okay, is there anyone who wants to share what went well in Q1, what you're grateful for? Brittany, Jordan, I'd love to hear anyone, if anyone wants to share.
Okay, so in the first quarter, I did not accomplish anything with my Juice Plus business, although I did keep my 2 last customers, but I accomplished life with a toddler as a single mom and 2 jobs, and that was awesome. And I'm just grateful for the fact that I'm in a place finally now where I feel like I can tackle this like I want to through all of that. So my goals are, I want to fast track to VF. I want to be able to replace one of my job's checks with this money for more time with my daughter. She is adorable. And the challenge for me would be like all of the no's, but the yeses that'll come along the way will be worth the no's. And then I just said, the sacrifice, some amount of comfort to just continue conversations and follow-ups and stuff, like when people, ghost you, that kind of thing. But that's it.
I love that, Jordan. I know you've been feeling like you're in a new chapter where you can take this on and you have a clear vision, and everyone's journey is so different. And I think that, yeah, I'm so excited for you. Thanks for sharing. Does anyone else want to share? Grace, do you want to share? Brittany? Anyone? Jackie?
I mean, I'll share. I wasn't able to write anything down, but I just wanted to say that I am so thankful for the last 6 months of the roller coaster, the struggle that has I thought I was on, and I think just persevering as a leader, just going, I don't know if I see anything happening, and then just seeing this amazingness that has happened through that, and just trusting the process, I think has been a really, really big deal in the last 6 months of just watching my team grow. And it's just been really, really cool to watch it and to not give up whenever you don't see amazing things happen all at once, because they could happen at the very, very, very end. And it's way better than what I could have ever thought. And I'm hitting Q by Austin.
Oh, baby.
That's my family lives in Texas. How awesome would that be to have all my family there? I have to do this by way before Austin.
Everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Heck yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of a quote that I saw the other day, and it said, just keep showing up when most people quit. Because what if you would have not trusted the process? You know what I mean? All right, you already muted yourself back out, but I love that. Thanks for sharing, Brittany. Thanks so much. Okay, does anyone else want to share before we wrap up the call? I hope you guys found this helpful. I feel like we don't take enough time to really sit down and, not only write out the next vision, but also reflect on what went well, what didn't go well, what are we grateful for? Because we got to honor the struggle, and we got to honor the success and everything in between. So I just wanted to let you guys have a few minutes to kind of reflect on that. Does anyone else want to share?
I just want to say congratulations to everybody that has hit their goal or came close to their goal. Anybody that's out there fighting and punching, we do have tomorrow until 11 o'clock Central. All orders put in tonight and tomorrow morning, right up until 11 o'clock Central, will count. And I really just want to thank everyone for fighting so hard here at the end. And so many awesome things happen, and continuing. Just let this momentum continue. Do not take a breather. Let's keep pushing. We will celebrate at conference, and we will be celebrating on Facebook and just, throughout the week and the next coming weeks. But I just want to tell you that momentum is real, and don't slow down. And then next Monday night, we will not be having our team Zoom because many of us will have already left for Sacramento. But man, we are looking forward to when we get back. Thanks, Emily. I loved it.
Thanks, Jeanette. I'm excited for Sacramento, and I love what she said just about keeping this momentum and moving forward. I will share what Tina Dane, she typed it. She says, I have no voice, but I'm going to post on here. Q1, I accomplished being more bold with starting new conversations, especially about the business. I'm so grateful for my upline with helping me with this, which I love because I feel like sometimes we can get caught in management mode or whatever mode. And so don't forget that we're just Juice Plus farmers. We're always planting the seed. We're always educating, and we're always just connecting with people and, finding the follow-up. So, okay. So to close this call, I just want to remind you guys that, what you write down, what you create, what you envision can come true. And there's this quote that I wanted to end with, and it says, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." So what you feel, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. So what are you going to create these next 6 months? Austin, Texas, October 17th, 18th, and 19th. Our eyes are already on Austin, but we're so excited to celebrate in Sacramento. And you can create anything you want. It's just a matter of making a game plan, envisioning it. And if you guys like do any affirmations, there's amazing affirmations out there. Your upline can connect you with some. Just getting a game plan of like a morning routine of getting yourself in that, you know, generating that energy, generating that vision, reminding yourself every single day what, you know, what's worth fighting for and the sacrifices that are going to have to happen, because every single person you talk to on this call that have sacrificed something for some type of success, it's all been worth it. But nothing comes easy, or else everyone would do it. So that's why we're on this team. That's why we lock arms and we do it together. And I'm just so excited for you guys. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I am so proud of this team. I'm so grateful to be a part of it. I feel like I won the lottery every single day with you guys. So I love you. Good night. And I'll post this team call on this call on the team page.